Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Woodstock, Georgia, it's time for Cherokee Business Radio. Now, here's your host.
Welcome to Cherokee Business Radio. Stone Payton here with you this morning, and today's episode is brought to you in part by Alma Coffee, sustainably grown, veteran-owned, and direct trade, which means, of course, from seed to cup, there are no middlemen. Please go check them out at myalmacoffee.com and go visit their Roastery Cafe at 3448 Holly Springs Parkway in Canton. Ask for Harry or the brains of the outfit, Leticia, and tell them that Stone sent you. You guys are in for a real treat this morning. Please join me in welcoming to the broadcast with Airaoke, Mr. Chuck Burge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Stone. Thanks for having me in.
Oh, what a delight, man. I think you and I got a chance to connect at some sort of business event, networking kind of thing. Where did we meet? Do you remember?
It was the Woodstock Business Group at Reformation a couple of Thursday mornings ago.
Yeah, that's a fun crowd and just a very collaborative crowd. You know, you've got people in that group, even from the same industry, they really do everything they can to try to help each other. I've enjoyed that about Woodstock Business Club. I've enjoyed that just all over town. Has that been your sense since you've been in this community, that people genuinely try to help each other, even those that theoretically should be competing?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to have same people with same businesses in the same meetings. Everybody's been helpful. I'm very involved in other business associations, Kennesaw and Marietta.
Oh, okay. Well,
West Cobb. So it's a great way to get out and meet people. I mean, there's nothing better than face-to-face marketing.
Amen. Well, that was a lot of fun getting a chance to know you a little bit there, but I've really been looking forward to this conversation. Airaoke, mission, purpose, what are you trying to accomplish with this thing?
Well, you know, it's funny. I came up with this idea about 3 years ago. I've been involved in the karaoke business for a long, long time. Got out of it for a while, but I was literally one of the first karaoke hosts in the country, probably one of the first 25 in America when it first came here in the early 90s. But a couple of years ago, I came out with this concept to have Airaoke, and we were supposed to have it last year, but unfortunately COVID put an end to that. And when I saw that 9/11 was coming up on the 20th anniversary and that it was on a Saturday night, I said, wow, you know, what a great thing to do to maybe honor firefighters and have some fun at the same time. So I contacted the Cobb County Fire Department, and they said, we can't take money directly. And they directed me to the Terry Farrell Firefighters Fund. And Mike Korsh, Mike is the first fireman out of New York that contracted cancer from being on site at 9/11. Wow. And Mike and his wife Susan live here in Ackworth now. And so I partnered with them, and we've been working on this for about 4 or 5 months pretty hard. And they're great people. Mike used to be a pretty good public speaker around town, but due to his cancer, he's kind of lost his way a little bit. Right. So Susan's kind of taken over the role. But I just wanted to help. I remember where I was, you know, on 9/11 when it happened, and everything that went through my mind. And these are just people, because they haven't been able to have their stair climb for the last 2 years due to COVID restrictions. I really wanted to help them. So that's kind of brought us to this date and time.
All right. So this is a specific event, and a major objective is to raise some money
for the firefighters. Yeah, for the firefighters of Georgia.
Even
though it's Terry Farrell Firefighters Fund, and Terry Farrell was a gentleman that was killed in the attack on 9/11, and Mike was a very good friend of his. And once Mike retired, he wanted to give back some time and effort to raising money for the firefighters, and that's how the Terry Farrell Firefighters Fund came about. They have offices, or offices all over the country, but right. Mike runs it Atlanta or Georgia. So,
all right. So the event itself, when, where, how?
Let's see. The event is September the 11th, which is coming up 2 weeks from Saturday. Obviously the 20th anniversary. Bert Brown with Governor's Gun Club is going to sing the national anthem to kick us off around 5 o'clock. Very cool. Bert's a friend. And then we're going to bring 40 singers up. Basically, we're going to empty a hangar at Atlanta Air Charter's hangar at Municipal Auditorium, at Cobb International Auditorium. Jim Cook is allowing us to use his hangar gratis. So great guy. So we're backing all the planes out of the hangar. One of the planes is going to face the hangar. We're going to wrap a stage around the nose of the plane, and then we're going to randomly call up 40 people to sing karaoke, or Airaoke in this case. And then 4 of them will be brought back up for the finals, and somebody's going to win $1,000. Somebody's going to win a recliner from American Signature Family. And I got to mention Charlie Darian. Charlie's the owner of Charlie's Angels Movers. She is our title sponsor. So the whole tagline is, "Can you sing like an angel?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. As well as the karaoke contest, we're going to do a little honorarium or commemorative moment for 9/11 at 9 o'clock while we're tallying the votes for the finals. We're going to sing "God Bless the USA." And I think Charlie's son's going to do that. He's about to go on The Voice, so it's based on his availability. Wow. But if he can't, if he's not doing that, he's going to be doing that. Otherwise, we'll get someone else to sing it. And
so, can you go and distinctly not sing, like on purpose? Say, "Look, I am happy to be there. I'm happy to write a check. I'm happy to eat a hot dog. Whatever you got going on, I don't want to sing." Are you allowed to do that too?
Absolutely. We have when you register at Airaoke.org. That's AIRAOKE.org. You register as either a singer or you register as an attendee. If you register as a singer, you have to list 5 songs that you would sing, because we don't want 40 people singing "The Greatest Love of All" by Whitney Houston. You know? Right. So we're going to separate those and make sure that everyone's singing a different song. But if you register as an attendee, you just come and vote. The one cool thing about this, the secret to this, is if you want to win the $1,000, you need to come sing and bring all your friends with you, because you'll be able to vote by phone at the event.
Oh, very cool. So yeah, I was going to say conscientious objector, but that's not it. I'm an attendee. But that sounds like so much fun. And it's the date again though is on the 11th.
It's September the 11th. It's a Friday evening from 5 to 10.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's really cool. Numbers are really coming up in terms of attendees. And like I said, the secret to winning is come sing and bring all your friends with you to vote for you.
And a real shout out to Charlie. I do not know her. I know of her. One of the reasons we've recently launched a Women in Business series, and one of the hosts has expressed to me that she wants to invite Charlie to come on that show, and I can see why. I mean, there are 2 or 3 different people who have mentioned her to me. But shout out to her and thank her and thank all the sponsors for their generosity and their willingness to be part of this. That's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. We've got some fabulous people. Naomi Gasson at Georgia Roof Advisors, Stephen Eastland at Store Square. A lot of people, Dayco. Heating there, fantastic. Publix has even given us $250 gift certificate for the silent auction.
Oh, wow.
Which is something we'll accept items for the silent auction right up to the day of the event. But we're having a lot of success raising money for the firefighters, because that's who it's all about. I mean, there are going to be food trucks there. There's going to be alcohol. I guess I can say that on air. And all the proceeds from the food and from the drink will go directly to the firefighters. And,
that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what it must be like, because I really don't have a good feel for it. I have been to quite a number of fundraisers, I guess you would say, and I've always enjoyed the food truck, the alcohol, the silent auction. I really haven't been very involved on getting one put together. It must be a lot of moving parts. What is that like, trying to herd all the cats and pull something like this off?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, because it's what I enjoy doing. I've been putting together grassroots marketing campaigns and events for years and years and years. But it is a lot of tedious minutia involved. But parking, security, things like that, making sure everybody's at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But I have a pretty good support crew with me that's working with me, Larry Block and Jay Mann, and like I said, Susan and Mike Korsh from the Terry Farrell Firefighters Fund. And Charlie herself has been attending the meetings and just trying to get things underway. Jim Cook actually just called me, the owner of Atlanta Air Charter.
Did he?
Yeah. But he, like I said, he's donating his hangar, which is way, way cool because that we thought that was going to be a major expense. And Jim's been very, very courteous to do that for us.
So what kind of crowd are you expecting at this point? You have a pretty good read on it?
250, 300.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had
Fun
friends
stuff.
tell me that if you offer $1,000 out there for somebody to win as a prize, you're going to get some singers.
You're going to get some.
Yeah.
And some of them are probably going to be pretty good, and some of them probably won't, and that'll be fun too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Right.
And I mentioned earlier that you bring your friends with you and vote, but we do have 5 judges, actual judges, that are going to be there on site as well. May I name my judges?
Oh, please.
So Joyette Holmes, former district attorney of Cobb County, Andy Gaines, the general manager of the Strand Theater in Marietta, Jillian Abbott with the Marietta Daily Journal, Fontaine Lewis, he owns Jazz and Jokes in Marietta. He's very well connected in the music industry. So Fontaine will lend some expertise to that. And then Angie Blank, who is Arthur Blank's last wife. Angie's a very good friend of mine. We went to the same high school, and she's actually a sponsor of the event as well. So it was very, very nice to get some a diverse group as our judges. And what's really cool is American Signature Family has given us 5 recliners for the event for my judges to be able to sit in those as opposed to sitting in hard back fold up chairs for 5 hours. So we're very appreciative for that.
And is a recliner one of the things that a person can win in a silent auction? Or
no, that's the second place prize.
That's the second place prize.
It's like an $800 recliner. Very nice, very leather. I've actually sat in. It's very comfortable.
I don't know what the appropriate prize would be, but it just occurred to me that maybe you should have a prize for the worst singer. I don't know what the right prize would be.
We'll have to get back to you on that, Stone. I'll have to give some
obviously,
thought to that.
I don't have much experience organizing the events, but I love attending them. It feels good to do something good. But it's neat that you can do something good and have a good time at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what my life has been about. I had about as fun a 20-year run as anybody could ever have. Like I think I've told you personally that I was one of the MCs for the Diet Pepsi Girls when they did the national "You Got the Right One, Baby" campaign. I mean, I've been backstage with the Doobie Brothers, a couple of Super Bowls, NCAA basketball championships, ran the Mall of America for 5 days. So this event and planning and marketing thing has just kind of been in my blood since probably the early 90s.
It's right in your wheelhouse. But let's talk a little bit about your backstory from a couple of different perspectives. What brings someone like you to a point where they invest considerable time, energy, effort, talent in a cause like this? And what about your background caused you to express all of that in this way, which I think you started to touch on here?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Hey,
it took me a minute to get it out, but I thought it was a damn fine question.
It's an excellent question. I'm very passionate about anything that I do. I've got 2 great sons, and very passionate about them. And if I want to spend time with anybody more than anything else in the world, it's my 2 sons. And like I said, I got into this cause marketing. I've served on a couple of boards here around Cobb County, and I just have a heart for people that do good things for the community. Firefighters, policemen, anybody, EMT people, any first responders. I think they get such a bad rap in the mainstream media, and I want to support them, and I'll try to do this without getting choked up. But it's important for me to take care of these people.
Well, amen to that. At least from my perspective, I cannot imagine what it must take in terms of attribute, mindset, discipline, ethos for a person to get up every morning and do that with their life and career. And when I say that, I mean these first responders, the firefighters, the police officers. I mean, they do put their safety, their life on the line for us every day. And I'm with you. I don't feel like they're properly recognized, rewarded. I suspect they're underfunded. I don't know enough about how money works to know that. So I just think the world of what you're doing, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, that's the main reason I'm doing it, because I want to help. I've always been a giver, a nurturer, if you would. But it's just something I'm passionate about. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether it's playing poker or the things that I love to do. I'm always passionate about what I'm doing. So if I'm going to do something, it's all about attitude and effort, and if you've got the right attitude and you put the effort into it, it's going to be successful. And that's kind of my mantra. I love Jimmy Valvano's thing. If you wake up and cry and laugh every day, you've had a good day. And that's kind of the way I believe it.
I like that too. So, with all of this, do you find any time to engage in a day job? You got, or is it hunting, fishing, and this?
Well, it's poker in this right now, but I've been playing poker once a month for 38 years with a bunch of guys. So I have a great group of friends. Oh, yeah. But I do have kind of a side job now, but it will become more of a full-time job after Airaoke, selling alcoholic ice pops.
Now that sounds fun. Do you do anything that's not fun? You don't. If it's not fun, you don't do it, do you?
No, it's fun. It was funny. I had lunch with a lady named Kathy Camella from CBS 46 television the other day, and her son Michael. And I said, Michael, if I could give you two pieces of advice, here's what they are. Number one, never shake a man's hand sitting down, and number two, never do something you don't love, because life's too short.
So you really do have a bit of a day job. It's a fun hustle for you, but it's alcoholic popsicle ice pops. Would you? Yeah.
We just sold $1 million. Our company sold $1 million to Budweiser of Lime-A-Rita.
Sweet.
It's a very good product.
Right.
But I'm talking to a lot of the local breweries about maybe extending their brand to grocery stores and maybe to liquor stores, and just have something up at the counter that people take home and throw in the freezer and let it freeze. And you can't get a DUI sitting at home eating alcoholic ice pops.
So does a beer or some beer make the transition? I know you talked about the Lime-A-Rita. Well, some beer.
Yeah. Right? We have some samples. I might try to get you some if you want some.
Absolutely.
They're like...
We're earned media here at Business RadioX, but we will take compensation in the form of alcohol.
There you go. So I'm just trying to... We had like a pina colada and a... apple bourbon or something.
Right. I bet bourbon will be fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, as many people, I've only lived here for 4 months, but I know every bartender in town.
So you've only lived in Woodstock for 4 months?
I've lived in Woodstock. Now, I raised two marvelous young ladies in East Cobb, and we had a great place there in the Pope School District. And
the Greyhounds, yeah.
It was a fantastic place to raise the kids. But my wife and I, we downsized. We moved here to right on the edge of town. And I mean, this is utopia for me, because I walk to the studio. I'm sitting here talking to you a mile from the house.
That's awesome.
And I enjoy a cocktail now and again.
Nothing wrong with that.
Some of my buddies would share, but I bet that's a fun work. But it's it requires a degree of creativity that I think it's got to be a guy like you with your kind of background to really pull it off and make it hum.
Well, back in the day, before I got into the marketing, I was actually the assistant general agent for a Mass Mutual Insurance Company in the early 90s. And I told the sales agents that I trained one thing. I said, the only reason you're not going to be successful is you're not telling enough people your story. You tell enough people your story and you're going to be successful. If you're not making enough phone calls, you're not seeing enough people. If you're not seeing enough people, you're not making enough sales. So it was a 10-3-1 ratio. I'll never forget. For every 10 calls you make, you'll set 3 appointments, you'll make 1 sale. There wasn't much to managing that. It's just math. Right. So you tell people what you do. You be excited about it. Like I said, attitude and effort will get you a long way.
Right. All right, before we wrap, let's make sure that we cover any additional details that I may have neglected to ask about regarding the event. But let's kind of recover what the event's going to be about, what people can expect, and let's make sure they know how to get there, get tickets, whatever's appropriate.
Okay. All right, Saturday, September the 11th from 5 to 10. We will be having Airaoke at the Cobb International Airport in Kennesaw. Many of you may know that as McCollum Field, which it has been for many, many years. But at 5 o'clock, we will sing the national anthem. We will be having 40 people out of the audience come up and sing karaoke, or in this case, Airaoke. 4 of them will be brought back for the finals. Somebody's going to win $1,000. So again, the secret is to come sing, bring all your friends with you to vote for you, and you got a good shot at winning something pretty cool. Like I said, there will be food trucks there. There will be a silent auction for the Terry Farrell Firefighters Fund. And we have some great items already. Angie Blank was very instrumental in giving us an autographed Matt Ryan jersey.
Oh, sweet.
We just got a set of Cutco knives donated this morning for the silent auction. So the main thing is that we want to come out and support these firefighters who do what you said earlier. They walk into danger every day without even blinking an eye. And we need to be appreciative of those people. Men and women.
Fantastic. All right. So is this something that they can go online and purchase anything for, or you just show up and that's where the money's going to get raised?
Nope. You need to go to Airaoke.org. That's www.airaoke.org. Airaoke.org. And you can buy your tickets. It's $15.
Okay.
That will also get you 2 drinks. So it'll get you admission into the event, and it'll get you 2 free drinks.
Look, I can tell you, as an experienced drinker,
2 drinks will cost you $15.
Right, that's a deal right there.
And plus, Red Hair Brewery is donating the alcohol for us, so they're another sponsor. I wish I could list all the sponsors, but there's so many, I don't want to take all your time. So,
well, kudos to you and for going out and engaging all these sponsors, and you got to feel good about the business community here in Georgia, in the greater Atlanta area, here in Cherokee County, Cobb County, Fulton County. I mean, it's the business community is, I suspect, head and shoulders above many in this regard, wanting to contribute to the community at large. Now, speaking of the community at large, our medium is such that oftentimes people are listening to our shows on demand down the road, so it's entirely possible someone may trip over this interview well beyond the date. You know, It could be 6 months from now, it could be a year from now. So they may very well miss this event, and if they do, they still, though, may want to contribute, to get involved in some way. Where should they turn their attention?
They need to go to the Terry Farrell Firefighter Fund.
Okay.
That's the right place. And reach out to Susan Korsh or Mike Korsh, and they will be glad to help you and accept anything. I understand what you're saying about community. I'm one of those rare individuals. I've never lived further than 5 miles from the Marietta Square. So I am very involved in my community and very proud to be a Marietan and a Cobb County. And I appreciate this approach of my territory up to Cherokee County to be on your show this morning.
That's great. But you have your own pie bar over there. We've got a pie. Lauren,
there you
Bolton,
go. Absolutely.
Cody, they got the pie bar, but you've got your own over there, right?
Yeah.
Aren't we fortunate? Okay, one more time before we clock out here. Website, contact, and general info, and then we'll wrap.
Awesome. Thank you, Stone. To be able to attend Airaoke, you go to www.airaoke.org. That's AIRAOKE.org. Or you can reach out to me on my email at chuck.burge, BURGE, @gmail.com, or you can reach me by phone at 770-428-9930. Anything short of my address, I think that's enough.
That sounds like plenty. Thank you so much for coming by, Chuck. Keep up the good work. We'll continue to follow this story. Don't be a stranger as you continue to engage in these kind of efforts. We at the Business Radio X Network and Cherokee Business Radio X specifically, we want to support your efforts and do anything that we can.
Stone, God bless you. Thanks for having me in.
My pleasure, buddy. All right, until next time, this is Stone Payton for Chuck Burge and everyone here at the Business Radio X family saying we'll see you next time on Cherokee Business Radio.